try not to sway. You just over body. So you're doing this right here. You're doing this. All of this is an independent move. This is doing nothing. That's what you got to be on. Go ahead, lift your knees. Don't worry about your legs. Just act like you got no legs. You got nothing but the kneecap. Lift it. Lift it. All right. Breathe out. Breathe out. Yes. You can see how you're struggling with that move. Simple as it is. See my hands there. Lift it and hold it. Press down with the right foot. You do that. Lift it and hold it. Relax your upper body. Relax your upper body. Good. See that? That's what you got to feel. Relax your right left foot. Now you're lifting your foot. When you lift your knee, watch my left foot. Watch my left foot. What did they do? My toes are coming straight down to the ground. This is all relaxed all the way down. It's just this right here. Go. Knee. That's all I'm doing. Now, it looks easy. It looks easy. Now, simple movement is difficult when you haven't done it. So, be patient with yourself. It's a process. Here we go. Breathing is going to help you make that movement. If you hold your breath, you really fight yourself. That foot's getting the workout. Now lift that knee as high as you can. There. There's your balance. Relax your left foot. There. There's your double. Get some of that was kind of a combination of knee and hip. And it's like I said, there's a lot of movement that you're going to get introduced to. It's going to be so difficult in your mind. And when you get it, you're going to realize, when you're introduced to something that you never it sounds like I can do that. I took ballet for 20 weeks. My second year in big league. You know why? You have any idea why?
Tell me this about
understand my body, how it works in open space. How to make my body go down that slope under my own jurisdiction. And I learned how to stretch. I learned how my body operates. I learned how the muscles work. It's a kinesiology college. The origin and insertion of muscles and bones. To learn the body parts that I use to throw a baseball. So all of that information gave me a real good finite understanding of how my body works. To the point that I could take my body part and I could go down that slope as slow as I could. Boom, under control. I never got fast. I stayed under control. You see some guys get here and everything is just speedy Gonzalez. What are you throwing the ball with? Going down the slope doesn't mean I'm throwing the ball hard. Going down the slope fast only means that I'm out of control. And we want to stay under control. All right, let's see you go through that balance. Go ahead and lift it, even if it feels weird right now. Okay? Now, you're under control. All right, stay there. All right. Now, you're going to load, and it's going to look like this. My hands are going to separate in a pronated fashion. My left leg is going straight out. And I'm going to transfer the weight to the inside of my right heel and ankle and push. There. All right, let's do it again. You hear that? That's right. There you go. I mean, you work your healing ankle very good. All right, let's repeat it. All right. Yes. Very nice. Now, the timing of all of this is very critical. So when I time everything, as soon as my knee starts to go out, or my leg starts to go out, my hands start to separate in a form that we call pronate. Pronate means the thumbs are going down to the ground. They're pronating both sides. Both sides. So when I pronate, it looks like a backward C. A backward letter C. Right? It's not this. It's not a C. So yes. 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 The backward C. So I'm doing all this movement right here is going on at the same time. Then you transfer it to the inside on the back side. All right? I see if we can get that timed. All right. Hands were a little late.
So we're trying to do it all at once for the foot.
No, you can isolate it. You can isolate it. Now, yes, you can isolate. Balance. Get it under control. Then load. Get it under control. There you go. That way, if you're trying to do it all at once, something is going to be dragging behind.
Yeah, I'm saying, but like, so you do the pronate at the same time that the foot goes down, right?
When you separate your hand, yes, sir. That is correct. Nice. You got it. Nice. Nice. And you know the beautiful thing about it, when you look at his delivery, how many reps did it take him to get the feel?
Exactly.
3. 3 reps.
Very smart young man.
And all we, the feeling when it shows you how the leg lifts, how the heel and ankle work on the right foot, how the hands separate at the timing standpoint, didn't take you very long to get the reps. Sometimes the first rep is the most ridiculous one because you think, what in the world? That was a terrible feeling. Because we get impatient. We live in a society where we get impatient as a society. We can go right up the street here to the Burger King, and in less than 2 minutes, we got a hot meal. Well, this ain't a hot meal. It don't work that fast. It's a process. So, that's why I kept saying a few minutes earlier, you gotta be patient with yourself. But what it's gonna do is shave off a lot of unnecessary movement that's put your body in harm's way going forward. That's what we want to do. The last thing you need is Tommy John surgery. Because Tommy John surgery ain't gonna make you go harder. All you're gonna have is just new ligaments. And that's basically 2 surgeries, because you gotta go into your shin to get a nerve or a ligament to implant right here. So you gotta rehab this, and you gotta rehab this.
Is that like a necessary ligament for your shin?
Yeah. You go on one of the 2 shins,
That's
or
the
into
only
your
way to
glute, into your buttocks, or somewhere to the other side, and get a ligament out of there and implant it in that. So that's 2 surgeries.
Can they use a ligament from a dead body?
No. No. It's from your own body, which is alive. I don't think I want a ligament from a dead body.
Well, if it works, then you can have
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's gonna work, because I don't know what's in that dead body, if it's decomposed. No, that's not true. And then on top of that, now you're looking at 18 months. That's a year and a half before you even get back to the psychological and physical aspect of where you were prior to it.
were to get that surgery, you'd be having pain like right here on the inside?
Be right here.
Okay. When I had elbow pain, it was like
Yeah.
right here on the top of the bone.
Well, that's not a good spot. Anywhere in this joint right here is not a good spot. Okay. No, chances are, if you're back here, it can be bone spurs.
They said a bone had
Yeah.
split off like there,
Yeah.
so it's like a little piece floating around.
Chipped away and it's up against a nerve or a ligament that's causing you
Yeah.
pain, so they gotta relieve that. A lot of times they do arthroscopic surgery, go in there and take that bone chip out, and then that relieves it off that nerve.
Yeah, right now they said, the scar tissue is holding it together, like holding the bone together, and they said they were to do surgery, they put, a little rod through it that would connect it, so that basically does the job of the scar tissue.
Well, we want to take that stress off of that and not throw with that part of the body and learn how to throw with our fingers, where this is not even a factor. So, all right, here we go. All right, good job. You recognize it, that's half the battle. You recognize your timing, your hands didn't separate at the time that it needed to. Nice. Nice. All right, now, when you're throwing the ball, look where my hands are. Remember when we pull that ball out of your hand? What do we want? That right there. Sometimes if we get these fingers too far apart, that's what we end up with. Those fingers gotta get close enough, they don't have to touch, but where it's comfortable, where they both can pull at the same pressure. Because if we get them too far apart, what happens? One or the other takes over, and it's not the same. All right, now look at your hand after you throw the ball. The lower half is good. You're activating the lower half good. Much better. Much better. A couple more and we're gonna throw a little bit. Feel it. Work that movement. Work that movement. Work it. Alright. One thing I like to see you do, Carter, when you finish your delivery, let your hand recoil and relax. There's no reason to stop. Because what's stopping your arm?
Your shoulder,
It's damaging your arm. Let it recoil. Take the knee back. Now remember, imaginary hand. Get my hand with the knee. Let it recoil. Let it recoil. You know what I mean when I say that?
just let it,
No, look, I'm throwing the baseball. Let it recoil. Here's what you do in a game. When I throw the baseball, there's gonna be action. Boom, I'm in a position to make a play. I'm either gonna have to make a play, feel a ball, throw to a base. I'm either gonna have to cover a base. I'm either gonna have to back up a base. So once I throw the baseball, I'm not done. I'm gonna see what this pitch is gonna give me. Where's this ball gonna be hit? Boom. If it's hit to the left field side of the ballpark, I gotta cover second base, get into the lineup where if it ricochets, I'm right there to maybe pick up the ball so that runner don't advance another 90 feet. If it's a double, I gotta go to third. Okay? So you always got something to do after you throw the baseball. This is not a spectator sport here. I'm here, I'm working. Where's the pitch going? I gotta get ready to make a play. So I'm not just throwing the ball and everything shuts down and I don't have to worry about anything else. Now, maybe it'd be different if you strike everybody out. But there hasn't been one pitcher that's played this game that struck everybody out.
Not even Ray Burris.
Not even me. I had a few, but I didn't strike everybody out. Here you go. Yes, yes, yes. We cannot stop this arm. Think about this. Let's say you get in your car and you get out here on line 18 and you're going south towards St. Petersburg. Speed limit in some places 55, in most places 60. Pretty much nobody on the highway, but you're doing 85. You get this brilliant idea, Carter. I wonder what would happen if I put my car in reverse. What do you think would happen?
Bye-bye.
You ever think about that? And I'm using that analogy to compare to this. Remember, external rotation to here is where I accelerate. So why am I stopping my arm? That'd be the same as you putting your car in reverse, going 85 miles an hour, and wondering what's going to happen. It ain't going to be good if you're sitting in the driver's seat. I can tell you that right now.
So the recoil is like braking, and then
It's relaxing your arm and not damaging your arm. And you'll see a lot of pictures, even your own teammates that get here. Stop. Stop. What is that? Huh? And you won't even laugh at that because you didn't heard it from me. You sitting there like, oh my God, that ain't good.
you know he's in a picture of the car.
Yeah, you got it. Hey, don't try that now, because I don't want you to all of a sudden in the hospital say, well, Coach Burr said he just wanted to know what would happen. No, I didn't tell you.
What would happen? Would it
Huh?
come over?
Your transmission would probably come through the front of your engine. If not, maybe shooting up through the middle of your car. Something gonna tear up. You may flip, catch on fire. Just don't try it.
All right, I'm not gonna.
Thank you very much. You see, you're thinking too much over here, right? Don't try it. His mind is thinking now. All right. Give me one more. We're gonna just throw a few. All right. Now, another thing I want to address, and I noticed this on your video. When you lift your left leg, go back and lift your left leg. I want you to look at your target. Look at a target. Look at your mitt. Now your peripheral vision can be activated right now. Look where your shoulders are at, without looking at them directly with your direct vision. You're looking at your target with your direct vision. Your peripheral vision can see your shoulders are lined up to your target. Now watch what happens when you lift your left leg. Lift your left leg with your knee. All right. Now load. When you load, watch what your shoulders do. What do? They rotate. So that puts you in a rotational delivery. Now, what does that mean? Your alignment is going from that camera to that ball of bags right there. But you're trying to throw it there. Not good. It's not good. Okay? Very few people can have that kind of rotation and still do that. Randy Johnson, but he was wild when he first came up. Wilder than a dog. They made him a starter who figured it out. Nolan Ryan, wilder than a dog when he first came up with the Mets. They made him a starter when he got traded to the Angels. He figured it out. Sandy Koufax, wilder than a dog when he first came up. They made him a starter who figured it out. J.R. Richard, I can go on and on and on. Now, what do you think they figured out? And they all have the same common denominator.
They kept the shoulders straight.
They figured out pitching is pitching to contact. That's what made them so successful. That's what made them Hall of Famers. When they realized I have to pitch to contact, then that meant I have to throw the ball on the plate. Yeah, they threw hard. Sandy Koufax threw hard. Nolan Ryan threw hard. J.R. Richard threw hard. Randy Johnson threw hard. But they learned how to pitch to contact. So it doesn't matter how hard you throw. if you can't throw the ball over the plate, because that's what you gotta do at the end of the day, you're gonna have a tough time getting hitters out. Because there's no defense against a base on ball. You may have young men on your team that throw harder than you do. You may have young men on your team that throw softer than you do. And the guys that throw soft get more hitters out than the guys that throw hard. Now, why is that? And there is a reason, Carter. Why is that?
They throw strikes.
It's gonna always come back to the fundamentals of the game. Who can throw the most strikes? You look at my career stats. I gave up more hits than innings pitched. You know why? I took my chances throwing strikes. I didn't mind getting hit because I had 8 golden gloves behind me. Let them do the work for me. I learned how to manage my move. Put the ball in play early and often. Boom, let's go. Now, I had back-to-back complete games in the big leagues, 81 pitches, and then 83 the next time. Yeah, throwing strikes. Wasn't afraid to get hit. Wasn't afraid to give up the home run. I just didn't give up maybe 2 or 3 runs and grand slams. Solo home runs indeed. That's what life is about. At the end of the day, you cannot be afraid to throw that pill over the plate. All right, let's see what we got. Any confusion on what we've talked about so far, my friend? All right, we're going one more, and we're gonna throw the ball over there. Just gonna get the feel of the movements and the adjustments that we made. Okay. Fingers now, Carter. Feel your fingers, my friend. Yeah, feel your fingers at release. Okay. No matter how uncomfortable it feels, you gotta feel it. Yes. You gotta feel it. When you do the shoulders right there, Carter, just let your hands do the work. Don't turn your shoulders to help the hands do the work. Just let your hands do the work. Okay, see how you turn your shoulders first? All right, bring your hands together. Bring your hands together. Just separate your hands and let your hands do the work. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. See what you did, this is what you did. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? You did this, and then separated your hands.
Yeah.
Just separate your hands. Boom, right here. Watch my hand. What did my shoulders do? My upper body stayed right on line with where I'm throwing the ball. If I'm doing this, what am I doing? Becoming rotational. That make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right, here we go.
See, I was never able to do that in process, so I'm glad I was able to learn that today.
Just your hands. Yes. There you go. Nice. Very nice. What? Beautiful. Nice. Now, where are all of your throws going now?
Same spot.
Right where you want them to go. Okay, now, do the rotation that you were doing before I showed you the correction.
It's gonna be left and right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carter, movement is a beautiful thing if it's done in the right way. And it makes everything look easy. Because when you think about this, if somebody is up there watching you perform, this is art. I mean, you think of maybe your favorite